Mabunu ejuchokuno asire tokulungekera imoyenda ndisu wacho kunurira pene maimini mauye neiko matawa waenda makaha chisambiro maimini mauye nei makosa waenda makaha katsukunya ikafunga pamutuko kunochiwa tunonaka zuwa rega rega tunonaka tuje aiwe tuje tuje tunonaka tuje
Tabenuka nyasi wamugowera kanoi wanyai ndini sangwa dzisipiwe kachidza mapfumo. Tabenuka takakunyepai kuti tiri kuuya svondo inouya kuno. Tabenuka takakunyepai bai tinonyepa baisu kana tati tinobenuka shuwa. Aiwa tinokutambirai pachirongwa chedu chekanoi wanyai broadcast nhasi neni na murendo wedu atinaye wachiimba. Regai timbotimbire vanhu vachite vachipinda avo taona vana katiyo cromwell apinda kanouya sangwadzi moro iwe moro mirai tione kuti mbani achauya pekare vachapinda kwese munobva maita share like and share vana katiyo muchiita like and share titione kuti zviri kufamba kamwe tigorege kuona tega tigoona novamwe tiri pabodzi ponaiba. Zvakanakisisawo ndinodaira vamwe vachatijoinawo iko zvino. Aiwa panyasi tidabva tandotanga chipinda mudariro tina Emanuel Chiimba ariye director wepanyadire mission orphanage ndiwo atinenge tichireketa nawo nyasi tichida kunzwa kuti chii chiri kuitika pamisheni pedupo. Wazhinji wakapafunda, ini ndakapaendawo pachikoro panyadire paye takatofunda kwanyaitenga kuye tikazopedzawo tichienda kumamisheni kumamwe mamisheni tisati taendererawo mberi nechikoro. Saka aiwa tine nhau inonakidza chaizvo. Ndinodaira vanhu vese vari kutiteera vanenge vachibva vandozvinzwa, wese wekwanyadire, wekutamutsa kuye, wekwakatsukunya, kumanhemba, kumauyu, kuna kwachidzidzi, kwakususwe, kwese kuna mudze kuye vachibva vabhura kuenda kwanyamukoko. Tibva tandopindirira kusvika kubhodha. Wese mabuja pindai muuye kuti teere zvatiri kuita. Todaidza manje Emanuel Chiimba, pinda mudariro utinyepe kuti chii chiri kuitika. Ndimi aniko zitaro, munoita nezvei, muri kumiririra chibato rei pakuti mutupo unotaura zvakawanda kwatiri vanhu kwamutoko motinyepa kuti mutumo mbani. Chipindai mukwaidze vanhu vari kutiteera vari kupinda wana rachero. Aiwaiwa chipindai mudariro mutinyepe wachiimba kuti ndimani.
Maita sangwadzi tinoda kutenda. Regai tikukanudzei kwese kwamuri ikoko kuno kubuja kuri raiti riri kurira pfene. Sokutaura kwamuri kuita, inini ndini Emanuel Chiimba, ndiri mubuja ndakazvarirwa kuno mamutoko. Ndiri nharu nendoro nyamasvisva mukono wedande. Panapa panyadire ndinoshanda nevana vari muchildren's home inonzi Home of Hope. But mungade kuziva zvishoma pamusoro payo.
Ndichazokutapinzai mudariro muchinyatsa kutsanangura zvamuri kuita. Kune vari kutiteera ndine urombo ngekuti munongoziva network dzekwedu kuMuzimbabwe zvinombonetsa. Haipapa tatotenda pakuti wazokwanisa kupinda, asi handina vhidhiyo yavo, asi munenge muchivanzwa vachitaura kuti Chiimba vari kutaurawa. Hatisi kugona kuvaona, tikatraya asi tandotenda kuti chero tiri kunzwa voice ro wachitinyepa zvavari kutinyepa zvo ndo zviri most important naiba kuno ndizvozvo chaizvo. Chipindai nhari mune ndoro. Haiwa ndimwana nyamasvisva murungu wedande mbana tsano wangu kamupa kuti inini ndiri chihoro. Tinozvitenda. Chipindai muchase kutitsanangurira kuti organization yenyu is it part of Nyadire mission? Mwachinyatsotaura nhoroondo yacho kubvira kwayakabvira zvamanga makuda kuti hazviyezvi ndizvo zvatinoda kunzwa. Chipindai mudariro mutinyepe nhari.
Mazvita muda mungade kuziva muno mustudio ndina chaplain wangu Reverend Nyakusendwa nalay leader wangu Dr. Nyarugwe, but regai ndikupei nemusha weHome of Hope. Yakatanga kare kumashuroko tichiti baby forward. Zvayaireva ndezvekuti madzimai vaiuya pachipatara chedu cheNyadire pavanenge vari kusungunuka during birth, sometimes they would pass on. Saka vana vaiva vaizochengetwa iri responsibility yechurch Nyadire United Methodist Church. Nekufamba kwenguva muma-70s mafinances haana kuzoramba ari kutendera kuti zviitike izvozvo, therefore yakazovhara. Takazoita sese rakanaka in the mid-80s. Pakauya a missionary nurse from Finland ainzi Ruth Lindgren. She took it upon herself kutora vana vaya achivachengeta mumba make, but sometimes the children were so many that she could not manage, but she kept on. At a time panopanapo vakambotosvika over 50 achivachengeta mumba make, so she could do everything because church yanga yambowithdraw nguva yacho nokuda kwama-resources. But then she was an old good lady. Paakanoretire, she could not go back to Finland because anga atotora Zimbabwean citizenship and she had declared herself a Zimbabwean. And her government asked her what she would want. Then she proposed that they put up structures and name it the Home of Hope. Kureva kuti musha waizobatsira vana. And then if that was possible, waichizomove from her house to those structures. We then had Bishop Jokomo at that time, and we have DS Kennedy Marange as the Mutogo district superintendent. So he was given the responsibility to put all the modalities in place. Saka musha weHome of Hope wakachitanga kuwakwa. Vision ya Lindgren yanga iri yokuita take care yevana vari downtrodden, vari orphaned, vari abandoned, and some of them who have been abused in so various ways. So musha wakatanga kuwakwa from the mid-2002 ukawakwa, then by 2004 wanga wapera, and on the 18th of December 2004 musha weHome of Hope wakabva warejistwa uine zvinhu zvavaitarisira kuti uite. Chekutanga waizochengeta ma-orphans. Number 2, waizochengeta all vulnerable children from the age of 0 to 18 years. So that was the mandate that was given by the government to the United Methodist Church Mutokomudzi district. Izvozvo zvakaitika, so vana vakachizobva vatanga kutorwa. The first group of 7 children were enrolled in 2004. Saka mungade kuchiziva nawo kuti what does it do as a home. Chekutanga chatinoita, as its name applies, it gives hope to the vulnerable, to all abandoned and orphaned children. We give a home, we give love, care, and above all, we provide education for these children from 0 grade up to tertiary institution. Tichizvibaita nekubatsirwa patinoita nemadzishamwari akasiyana siyana. Tinoassista zvekare vana vedu kuti vawane a lot of pen powers from within and without. Ivava vanozovabatsira in a lot of things, sometimes educationally and sometimes morally, vachifamba zvakadaro so. Tinoprovide zvekare ma-counseling services. Ndambokuudzai kuti ndina chaplain wangu muno. Saka chaplain role yavo patinopiwa vana nestate pavanouya muhome, they are state children, but the church is doing it on the behalf of the government. Chaplain iroo yake nawo kubatsira because vana vanouya vane maissues akasiyana siyana, anochionzvera izvozvo izvo ochitarisa the specific problem yemwana, omubatsira achimuedza kumuempower kuti sometimes akwane mune vamwe vana. So vane basa guru chaplain rokuti vana ava vakwane munzvimbo nokufila kuti they are just like any other child, even vari maorphans, even they've been abused or abandoned by their parents. So chaplain vanoita basa iroro iro vachibatsira vana ava. Currently muhome medu we have 28 children. Our registration is 19, but with through friends and the donations we get from friends like the Finnish government and the church, we had put up new structures and some family units that took almost over 500,000 to put up. So vana vedu vane decent new homes as the government require through this help from our Finnish friends. So vana vedu vanofanira now, if we have a new registration, maybe we can accommodate 50 plus children, although our registration still says 19. But at the moment we have 19. The government knows we have the capacity, but hatigone kuti tinovatora vose since tisati tawana that registration. Pavana vedu 28, 26 are of school going age, then 2 toddlers havasati vakupinda muchikoro, and they are 2 and 3 years old. We have 4 caregivers, mothers, anochengeta vana vedu. Since tiri kuenda into a family unit setup, tinenge tichiti amai nevana vavo, amai nevana vavo. Then I see the overall running of the home with the help of the church leaders, tinenge tichingofamba takadaro. And we also have 3 general hands. Musha weHome of Hope church yakatiitira zvakanaka, yakatipa about 50 hectares of good arable land. So tinorima, hatitengi ba anything that is chinodyiwa nevana. We produce. Like last year we had good rains, we had over 30 tons of maize.
Wow.
Saka tinozonoendesa kulivestock because we have a number of projects that we run. So we also have a secretary, a purchasing officer who is a cum driver. So we have a workforce of 10. Then we have a social worker now who is a volunteer, who volunteered to come and assist in the home. So anozobatsira zvekare basa seriya rinoitwa nachaplain riye, uye achiita from a professional perspective, achinyatsopinda kubatsira vana maneeds avo, zvavangada, and macrisis avanozoita, achipa bereavement counselings like that. We do this through a lot of partnerships. Ndofunga apa ndingade kupa titsimbirire kuti munyatsoone kuti winorarama sei as a home. Hatina bayatingati special grant from government. The home runs through self-motivated individuals who pour in resources in trust that we will put the donated materials, it could be money, resources, into good use, kuti zviende direct kuuse yewana. Tine partnerships anokosha, like we have what we call TNC, the Nyadire connection. These are friends from United States of America, from our United Methodist Church. It's a group of churches, more than 10. They've come up together to form what we call the Nyadire connection. And these come in with financial support for the workers' salaries and for the day-to-day running of the home. We get some monthly support from them. We also have the Finnish church and government, and they divide with our American partners. The Finnish people are into structures, like when we want to put up structures, they chip in with the finances to put up hostels, offices, and so forth. Then we also have friends in Norway, but encouraging We of recent, our local church, the United Methodist, and other individuals who are not even our members, but we have seen the good work that is taking place. They also come in with their support. They bring various items to keep the home running. They bring cash because we have to pay fees for the children, we have to feed them. But in terms of food, we grow everything. We only buy that is not produced in the fields. Then the number of the kind of projects that we run, our main goal is self-sustaining, because as of now, about 70% is donor funded, but we want to move away from there. So we have embarked now in a number of projects. We do agro projects like for the 50 hectares that we are given by the church, we utilize about 10 hectares that we put under cultivation. We produce all type of cereals, we produce all types of vegetables, and the excess we put it on the market. So we also do piggery. We have a goat project. We have a head of cattle, so that when we need food for the children, we have to fall back on the animals that we keep, then we slaughter for the children. Lately, our local church has also managed to group our districts, say like Mutokomodzi, Harare district, and so forth. They come in turns to visit the home, and they pull resources together. So this makes my job very easy, because most of the work would have been done. Like of recent, we also have some new partnerships with people in the UK. Recently, they donated about 8,000 plus US dollars, which we purchased food for the children. And we also bought some school uniforms and a lot of other things that the children need. And also, towards Christmas on the 24th of December, TM Mutoko, they asked us to come. In fact, all the homes in Mutoko, they wanted us to take groceries worth 100,000 for Christmas for the kids. At this time, it was a Christmas of a different, because they had everything, bacon, sausages, everything, everything. It was so good for the children, and we are so grateful for the kind of help that our partners are bringing in. We have some empowerment programs that we run at the home, because when we are supposed to keep the children in the home for, they should not exceed 18 years, but
Okay.
sometimes they go area. If we identify relatives who may want to take care of the children, because our children come in various forms. Sometimes they are picked from the street. Sometimes we just find a child with a tag in the neck with a name. We don't even know any relative, any parent. And also the people, because of the economic hardship, they don't want responsibility. You can keep a child from 0 to 18 years, and when they are in university or any other tertiary institution, you can start seeing them coming and say, we have a child in this home, then, but we don't deny them the access to their child, because we are doing a service that the church and the government partnered into, so they can take the children. But if they don't, we pay their fees up to universities, and we are glad we have more than 11 we have graduated into through university, and some
Wow.
of them come back with the plow bags to the home. Sometimes they have some volunteering hours. They can come and work at the home and teach their young brothers something, academic skills and whatever they may offer. So, under other empowerment programs, we believe in the dignity of human labor. We give our children age appropriate labor, because to be we don't want them to be wet blankets when they go into society. So all the projects that we do, we involve our children, and we are proud of that. And the kids are also proud of that, because
Hi.
when they leave the home, they are not found wanting in any aspect. Especially the girls, the children teach them how to cook. Every other chore that is done in the home, they know. and the boys will do the same in the garden, in the fields. They can do anything. We also rotate leadership skills in the children. We teach them to lead and to be led. So we are trying to create these norms of society and how society is like. But sometimes we are lucky when it's during holidays, there are parents who come through social welfare and they can take the children to their homes so that they integrate with other children. Then they know what life in the community is really like. So
I was going to
we,
ask you something. Sorry, Nari. Pane atumira ndati ndingobvunza tisati tazonika abvunza kuti munochengeta kusvika paage ipi masvika mati kusvika ku18 kana kuti wapedza university kana mwana apedza tertiary education asina kwekuenda munoita sei?
yeah, there's exceptions. Like now, I have about two who are like that. They're finished, but nobody has come forward. And sometimes some of them are on art, and we know they are so vulnerable. So we keep on if they have some good behaviors which cannot infringe on the rights of the younger children in the home. We keep them until the government finds some solutions. But normally, we can send them to vocational training schools and we help and assist them to find employment. And we have partnered with other people and have made connections, and that has been working very well. So there are times and instances where a child can exceed the age of 18, but we still have them in the home.
So the ones wakapedza university mati mune how many who have completed university so far?
We have more than 11 now, and see we
Really?
have about 6 who are still in university now.
Wow,
One
that's
is
really
learning to
good.
be a doctor at the University of Zimbabwe. One just finished writing her exams today. She's doing some nocturnal sciences, a lady. Then one is at Africa University doing business studies, 3 at MSU, and the other one is in Bindura, the 6 who are currently in school.
Pane abvunza kuti is Sister Lindgren still alive?
No, she passed on about 5 years ago, but we are still trying to fulfill and live a dream. She was a visionary who had planted the seed in us. So we are trying to do what she wanted us to achieve and carry on.
I was just wondering, do you get any? I'm really moved because I went to Nyadire mission. My mother went to school Nyadire, and a lot of people, I'm sure, vari kutiteera panapo wakafunda kwaNyadire kana kuti kwaNyamusuri. I know that. I wonder, has there been any reaching out by people wakafunda ikoko? Kana kuti vanhu vanobva munharaunda iyoyo who might be somewhere else, who might want to support or give a support, whether it's financial or otherwise. Do you get anybody reaching out to you, my students akabva kwaNyamusuri?
Yeah, we have some who are old students who come in because other than the orphanage, we have another project that we call the Home of Hope Outreach Program. And this is about 450 orphans. And we support all schools around like Katsukunya, Manemba. We go into Nyamara, Musani, and Nyadire itself, then Mutambwe, Gumbure. All those schools come in. And we have some orphans that we support. And that is made possible through donations we get from our partners. But of late, we are happy. Our only local people are coming in and doing a number of, they may support a child or they donate to the home and the
You mean
funds go.
400 other than the ones who now in
Yes,
residence? Okay. Who are in the
450.
villages? Okay. Who are staying with Muhammad Zao kuma villages or wherever?
Yes. We
Okay.
support them from their homes
Okay.
because we pay the fees and we also buy stationery for them.
Yes.
And now, from starting this last term, we are giving them some school uniforms.
Wow.
So that's
That's
the outreach,
amazing.
Home of Hope outreach program.
Yeah, that's really truly amazing, and I think we would like to continue encouraging people, Variku diaspora in particular, who could who could save a bit, a $20 bill to come to Nyadire kubatsira nherera idzodzi, because this is amazing work you're doing. Yeah, carry on, titaurire.
Right. Then we come on to the section that I value most, our objectives. Our objective is to come self-sustained as of now, because we are still about 70% funded by foreigners, but we would want to do it from locals and from here to improve as a multi-agro-based projects that we run in the home. We project in the next 3 years to be self-sustained at the rate we are going, because we feel we have ideas, we have been supported enough with Americans, fees, and so forth. So we want now to put the ball into right our court. It's a challenge, but we think it is achievable, because we believe with the attributes we have of good arable land, our 50 hectares, if we put it into maximum use, we can do it. And we also have a committed workforce. But to achieve this, what we need most, we need maybe one more bore, because we have an irrigation that we run, but it is not enough to sustain the agro-based projects that we want. Then the other item we want most is a tractor, even a second-hand tractor, because some second-hand good ones can go around 10 or 12,000 with all the implements. So we also need to continue the good work and goals that Lindgren set to empower children within and without the home. Because we have already started this, the community comes to the home because we run a project, like we have a garment making project, we do the farming, so they get the skills and they go to their homes and they can then empower themselves. And we also want all your prayers that this dream lives true, because that's what our church is striving to do. That's why it assigns some chaplains to it, and a lot of other leaders who all come and keep praying that the dreams come true. So we are grateful that we have called us to this very important platform ya Wabujai. Tiri kuti varume tiri mundima ino, bhora riri kufamba, but bhora haritambiwe bano munhu mbodzi, rinoda kukayiwa vanhu vairi. Saka tinozofara kana izvozvo zvaitika. Mwari watikomborera torova ndimai pamwe chete tichiita basa rakanaka mumusha weNyadire, ende tinotenda Mwari kuti most of them they come back because they remember the good work that has been done, vachipa kutenda kwavo, and they offer their services to uplift the young children who are still in the home.
Mufungeka basa ramuri kuita iguru chaizvo zvekuti with support, with like you said, imimi chinangwa chenyu, you'd like to see vanhu vanogara munharaunda tichikwanisa kusimudzira zvatiri kuita, tirege kungomirawo tichiti nekabegging ball all the time. Tabatsirwa enough really to get to where you are, and kurima kwamuri kuita ikoko, kuraisa mafunds ekuti ekusimudzira nzvimbo iyoyo are very important. And I'm impressed kuti mune vanhu vanopa counseling kune vana venyu, because I can understand when children come there, they have different kind of traumas that have gone through, and which otherwise kana wachingogara kuruzevha uko mwana haakwanise kugona kuita go over what they have gone through. If they will always remember. Saka kana muna chaplain anokwanisa kuwapa counseling, achiwapa guidance, aiwa tinozvikudza chaizvo. And akati tinenge tichikumbirawo vanhu vari kungoti iye zvinezvi nenyaya yecovid zviri kutinetsei vanhu kuti vatravel vachiuya kumusha, it would be great for some of us who are here tikakwanisa kuuya ikoko tichispenda 1 week with the children there, giving kune masocial workers akawanda ari overseas, kune manurses akawanda ari overseas, vanogona kuuya kuzopawo support iyo, the bit with the skills that they have to support to support this orphanage and nemi imimi muri kuita hands on muri kumusha ikoko. Aiwaba tazvinzwa, mufunge nhari, tazvinzwa. And iri basa ndicharambawo ndichiita reach out kune vanhu vari kudiaspora nevari kunowo kucanada kana kwatinenge takwanisa kuita padiki pacho ipapo. Ndizvozvo handizive kuti vana venyu the kids who are orphanage ikoko, the youngest vari how little? Did you say 2 or 3?
The two youngest, one is 2 and 2 months, 2 years 2 months. Then the other one is 2 years and 6 months. Those ones are still at home. They don't even go to ECD.
Because they're still young.
Yeah.
But what is the relationship? How do they relate with the older ones? The older ones, what do they just look at them as their baby sisters or baby brothers? How is it like?
Oh, it's very interesting. Even if they come today, give them just 30 minutes. You would never know who is the new child. They relate so well. It's a home. They have so much good unity.
Yes. Saka madzimai anomanage ikoko, those who are taking care of the children, are they from Nyadire? Kana kuti where do they come from? Do they stay? Are they in-house? Do they stay in-house?
Yeah, they are all locals because they have to stay in. Sometimes they go for off, but they are all locals.
Do they have their own
From
families?
the Nyadire, the Tamusa area, you know where Tamusa is? Or that area,
Kumiru.
that's where they come from.
But do they have their own families?
Yeah.
Vane mafamilies avo. Vane mafamilies avo here kwavari kwana kumhiri uko.
They have their families because they rotate. In fact, they work more because we are only 4, because our budget doesn't allow us to employ more. So they work more hours, but they are committed.
Okay. Saka, do you have a matron, or is it like, do you have a matron, or it's you who is the director?
I'm the director or administrator, whatever you want to call it. So we don't have a matron. But in the long back, it was attached to the hospital, and where the matron had a lot of say. But now it runs as an entity at the hospital on its own. Yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Aiwa, nhari tazvinzwa zvamatitaurira neorphanage yenyu sekutaura kwataita. Handizivi kuti vanhu vari kutiteera, do you have any questions or any suggestions? Uyo ari kuti tiri kukunzwai nhari, Mr. Maronderes Chundi. Wonderful work, be abundantly blessed. Tapindawo pano sangwadzi vachiimba murendo wanyasi. Okay. Kana pane anything else which you would like to tell us about mission penyu ipapo, ne orphanage yenyu? Is there anything else you want to wind up with chatingadai tasiya muhurukuro yedu yanyasi? Mubva mangoti nyepa kana pane matitaura kuti muri kuda tractor. Yes, that's a thing which you continue bringing kune vari kudiaspora kuti kana pane vanokwanisawo apo toona zvatingaite, and kana pane isiri masiri matractors, kana pane anything else that people can give, we will see that will push that for you kune vanhu vanokwanisa vari kudiaspora, vanobva kwamutoko, kwanyadire ikweyo, nevanobva the rest of the district, kuti tione tingakubatsirei. Ndinoziva kuti Mother of Peace had a similar, I don't know if I can say similar, orphanage pamtoko paya. I don't know if you had any relationship with them at all. With Mother of Peace.
Yeah, I visit them often, and they also visit. We change notes because even sometimes we had children who we transferred to Mother of Peace, and some can come to our place because there is Mother of Peace ourselves and the one at All Souls.
Yes.
So we went in and.
Okay. All right. Oh, no, and I'm really pleased kuti TM took the opportunity to help you by supporting you, kukupaiwo something kuti vana vafare pa Christmas. That should be tinozvifanira kuzvikudza tichizvitendawo izvozvo. aiwa nhari handizivi kuti kana pachine chasaririra mobva mangotitaurira tovhara zvedu program yedu nyasi, asi aiwa tazvinzwa zviri kuitika paNyadire. Anything else you'd like to add?
Ndikufunga kuti zvapera, but chaplain wanga ari kufara kuti mati-invita
pamwe chaplain wangangotaurawo just a little bit kungoti encourage kuti tichinzwawo inzwi rawo iwo chaplain, since muri pamwe chete. Chaplain mungatitaurirewo here zvamungade kuti tizive nekudino. Tinotenda nebasa ramuri kuita guru chaizvo.
Sure, regai wawe.
All right. Tomboteerera kuna chaplain orphanage yepaNyadire. She happens to be in the same room with Mr. Chiimba. Titaurirei zvamuda kutitaurira chaplain.
Mazvita, tinoda kutenda zvakanyanya. Inini ndinoitwa Reverend Nyakusendwa. Tinofara kana tichirangarirwa zvakadai semhuri yepa orphanage yepaNyadire. Zvinotipa simba, zvinotikudza tariro yedu mukuchengeta ava vana. Zvikuru sei muriko muchida kuziva zviri kuitika pamusha pedu nevana vedu kuti tiri kugara navo sei. Zvinoratidza concern yekuda kubatsira kuti nemiwo munotarisa muriko ikoko kuti mungabatsire sei vana vedu muNyadire munomu. Tinoda kukutendai zvakanyanya. Rubatsiro rwenyu tinorutarisira, rudo rwenyu rwakadai tinorukudza kwazvo.
Aiwa tinotenda chaizvo. Tichakudaidzai zvekare pamwe tichazodaidza Nyadire mission kuti watitaurira about the hospital, because we haven't gone to Nyadire mission yet. The hospital itself, I'm glad we managed to talk to you muchititaurirawo zvinhu zvamuri kuita ikoko. Aiwa tinokutendai. Tinotenda futi Dr. Nyarugwe ngekuti ndiwo atakambotaura nawo neNyadire mission, nanhasi tataurawo futi nawo wachitibvumidza kusenzesa maoffices awo for this broadcast. We didn't have the video, but I'm sure vanhu vari kutiteera manzwa zvatataurirwa nhasi nenyaya yepaNyadire orphanage. Aiwa vari kutenda, asi tafara kuziva basa guru repaNyadire orphanage. Tatenda waChiimba, tinozvitenda zvakanaka. Saka ndinokuonei mangwana, tinenge tichibenhuka mangwana, tine murendo wedu makambomuona anonzi Ekeni achifamba achitaura neshamwari dzemwanasikana non-governmental organization yavo inonzi shamwari dzemwanasikana, tichinzwa kodzero dzavo nekuti chaizvo program yavo yavari kuita iyoyo yeshamwari dzemwanasikana vanenge vachiita chii chaizvo. Saka tinoda kuzvitenda izvozvo. Mangwana ndinodayira munenge muchititeera, tinenge tiri pano same time, my 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock Harare time, 7 o'clock London time, and 2 o'clock Toronto and New York time. Saka tiri kugweda mangwana. Muwane manhero akanaka, muwane masikati akanaka vanhu vari kuno kuCanada kana kuti vari I think UK neku-South Africa neku-Zimbabwe. Manheru. Tatenda muwane zuva rakanaka. Ndini Sangwa Dzisipiwe Kachidza Mapfumo.